Hi there, my name's George, I'm a professional chef and I'm back to show you 5 more basic cooking skills. We'll get started with an omelette. Okay, so this is how you make a basic omelette. What we've got here is eggs, some cheddar cheese, a red pepper, a red onion. So let's get started by chopping some veg. So we've got chopped veg in this bowl. What we're gonna do now is get a separate bowl, crack 4 eggs into it, whisk it up and add some salt, and then we'll head over to the frying pan and start frying some stuff. Okay, so we're just cooking it to get a little bit of translucency in the onions. Now we're gonna add the eggs and stir it round and let the egg fall into the places. This just makes it fluffier. Don't want to stir it too much, we're not making scrambled egg. And then we'll just get some cheese on top. So then you take your pan and just put it under the grill at about medium heat and just let the cheese melt. Okay, so here's our Spanish omelette. I'm just going to take out the pan. We'll just sprinkle some chives over the top. And there we are, there's our Spanish omelette. We'll slice that. Nice light egg, some gooey cheese. That's nice and easy omelette. So this is how to cook rice properly. All we've got here is a saucepan, some scales, obviously some rice, some salt, a sieve, and some water. If we had 100 grams of rice, we would need 200 grams of water. Away with you. So we have 200 grams of rice, 400 milliliters or 400 grams of water. And what we're gonna do is just give this a stir. This is cold water. We're gonna do this to release the starch and it gives you fluffier rice in the end. And then we'll put this in a sieve and do the steps all over again. And then we'll be ready to cook. Bye. In here we've got our washed rice, washed it a few times in a sieve. We'll add our 400 ml of water and we'll put it on the hob to start boiling. So we've put the pan on the heat, we've put the lid on, we're gonna let it boil at high heat, and then once it gets to that high heat, we'll turn it down low and wait for the water to evaporate. Okay, so the rice has been cooking on a low temp with the lid on for about 10 to 12 minutes. Now the water should have all evaporated and you should have nice white fluffy rice. Easy peasy. Okay, now we're gonna do some garlic bread. All you need is some bread, ideally a baguette or whatever bread you'd like to do it on. Some garlic, some butter. I've got some chives here, but parsley would be great as well. It's not necessary, but just adds a nice little bite to it. What we'll do first is we're gonna grill the bread before we put the butter on. I've got the grill on a medium heat. And we'll just toast these to get a little bit of colour. In the meantime, we'll crush and dice this garlic. And chop up nice and fine. Now we've got a fine dice. What we're gonna do is turn this into puree. So if you just grab some salt, and the salt basically acts as a grinder for this garlic. So we keep chopping through, and then start pressing it into the board. Put it together, chop, and press. Now we have garlic puree. Now we have our baguette. Just gonna flip them over, very lightly toast this side. Now we're gonna put our garlic in with our butter, some chive, nice and quickly. All we have to do now is stir this so it's all one, and then put it on the baguettes. I use the back of the spoon. So I put the garlic butter on top, and now I'm gonna put these back under the grill for a couple of minutes until it gets a nice colour. There we are, garlic bread, nice and simple. You can keep that butter in your fridge and make more later. In fact, it looks so good, I think we'll have one now. Okay, next up is a jacket potato. This is the easiest and best way to do one. Super simple. All we've got is oil, salt, potato, and a fork. The oven is at 180 degrees Celsius. All we're gonna do is prick the potato with the fork a few times. This basically just helps get the heat in. Drizzle over the oil. And then we'll just rub that all over. The best sort of oil is a neutral oil, so something like sunflower oil or vegetable oil, essentially the cheapest one. Rub the oil all over, season with salt, rub that in. Now this will go in the oven for about an hour, but you can always get it out and just give it a little squish. If it's too hard, it needs a bit more cooking. Okay, so the jacket potato has been in the oven for about an hour now, so we'll be able to take it out and it should be ready to go. Now we'll just cut it open and it should be ready to eat. So there we are, jacket potato, nice and crisp on the outside, soft on the inside, great with butter, cheese, chili con carne, whatever you like. Okay, so next up is scrambled eggs. Super easy to do. All you need is obviously some eggs. I usually do about 3 per portion. Some butter. We're going to take a slice off of that. We're not going to use all of it. Some bread for the toast, some salt, some pepper, a saucepan, 1 spoon, and that's it. So we're going to crack 3 eggs into the pan. And then we'll take a slice of butter, add some salt, and we'll put the pepper on later. So we'll take this over to the hob. So we've got the heat on at medium-low, and what we're going to do is just continuously stir the eggs and butter until they start to form together. The eggs are coming together now, so what we're going to do is just take it off the heat for a second, just to let it cool. It's still not fully cooked yet, but the pan's still hot, so it'll keep cooking. And now we'll put it back on the heat to finish off. At this point, it's nearly there. And what you could do is, depending on how you like your scrambled eggs, if you like them runny, you can take them off now. If you like them more cooked, obviously cook it longer. Now the eggs are ready, we're just going to pour them on some toast. There you are, nice fluffy scrambled eggs. And then we'll just finish that off with a bit of black pepper. And that's your scrambled eggs on toast. Right guys, that's it for today's cooking skills. Please remember to like and subscribe to Student Beans, and I hope you've learned a lot today. See you next time.